Hi everyone, I have some major updates to share with you regarding the USCIS budget crisis. On Saturday, the House of Representatives unanimously passed a bill to provide emergency funding to USCIS. In this video, I'm going to share with you the important details that you should know about this bill, so stick around. Hi everyone, so as I mentioned, just 2 days ago, the House of Representatives passed a bill unanimously to provide funding to USCIS. Now, this bill is a little bit strange. It has some aspects of it that weren't really what we were expecting. And again, in this video, I'm going to provide you all the important details that you should know about. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Michael Ashoori, and I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Los Angeles, California. At my law firm, we regularly post videos to keep you up to date with what's happening in immigration. So if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. So let's start with giving a quick overview about the USCIS budget crisis. Now, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, applications to USCIS have gone down. And as a result, USCIS has not generated the type of revenue that it was expecting. Now, as a result, USCIS has requested a $1.2 billion bailout from Congress to avoid being forced to furlough over 13,000 employees. Again, for those of you that don't know, a furlough is a temporary leave of absence. As of right now, USCIS is projecting to furlough over 13,000 employees, which is roughly 70% of USCIS's total workforce, if it does not receive the necessary funding. As of Saturday, just 2 days ago, the House of Representatives unanimously passed a bill to provide emergency funding to USCIS. But again, as I mentioned, this bill is a little bit strange. For one thing, the bill does not provide the $1.2 billion that USCIS is seeking. So now what I'd like to do is, I'd like to explain exactly what this bill does. What the bill does is that it expands the use of premium processing. Better yet, it expands the number and types of cases that are eligible for premium processing. In addition, it increases the filing fees for premium processing. Premium processing is an optional service through USCIS where you can pay an additional fee and get your application processed faster than standard processing times. Historically, premium processing has been available for certain employment-based immigrant cases and employment-based non-immigrant cases. So as I mentioned, what this bill does is that it expands the types of cases that are eligible for premium processing. So for example, in addition to these employment-based immigrant and non-immigrant cases, based on this bill, premium processing would also become available for applications for employment authorization. In addition, this bill provides more flexibility for the types of cases that would be eligible for premium processing. In addition, the bill raises the fee for premium processing. Right now, to do premium processing, it costs an additional fee of $1,440. Under this bill, for certain cases, the filing fee would raise from $1,440 to $2,500. In addition, for other types of cases, the filing fee would raise to $1,500. So you might be asking, why did the House of Representatives pass such a bill that doesn't provide the $1.2 billion to USCIS? Well, the idea behind this bill is that it's not intended to be a permanent solution for USCIS. Instead, this bill is designed to be a temporary solution to avoid USCIS needing to furlough its employees. So now that we have a solid understanding of what this bill does, I want to mention some very important points. Point number one, this bill is still not a law. In order for this bill to become a law, it still has to get passed through the Senate. The Senate will not be resuming until September. So again, this bill is not yet a law. The second important point that I want to mention is that this relief that's being provided by this bill is not the relief that USCIS is seeking. USCIS asks for $1.2 billion. What this bill does is, again, it just increases the types of cases that are eligible for premium processing, and it increases the filing fees for premium processing. Now, because USCIS is not getting the funding that it's asking for, as of right now, USCIS is still projected to furlough its workers at the end of this month. Okay, so now that we've discussed those important points, I want to talk about what are the likely outcomes that will result as a result of this bill. Well, the first likely outcome is that USCIS could delay the furlough of its workers. Now, just to give you some background, USCIS was originally supposed to furlough its workers at the beginning of August. However, USCIS decided to postpone furloughing its workers till the end of August. Now that we're at the end of August, with this bill being passed, one possible solution or one possible outcome is that USCIS could decide that it will again postpone the furloughing of its workers. USCIS can view Congress unanimously passing this bill as an indication that Congress is very serious about providing funding to USCIS. And based on this interpretation, USCIS could decide to postpone the furlough of its workers. Another reason why USCIS could take this news and decide to postpone the furlough of its workers is that since USCIS has requested its $1.2 billion bailout from Congress, USCIS has generated $800 million more than its projections at the time it requested the $1.2 billion bailout. Actually, USCIS is in a position to resume its operations without furloughing any workers until at least November. So it makes you think, if USCIS can continue its operations with no impediments until November, why should it furlough 13,000 workers now? On the other hand, USCIS could also decide to furlough its workers as scheduled at the end of this month. Basically, USCIS could take the position that until now, USCIS has gotten no additional funding since it's made its request. And based on that lack of getting funding for over a month of making these requests, USCIS could take the position that it must take the necessary responsible action to furlough its workers to preserve its capital in this time of economic uncertainty. Just to give you some perspective, USCIS is planning on furloughing over 13,000 employees, and these furloughs are projected to last for at least 8 weeks. If USCIS carries out its furloughs as anticipated, this would save USCIS $330 million. So as you can see, there's two main possibilities of what could happen. USCIS could either decide to delay the furlough of its workers, or it could carry out the furloughs as scheduled. Hopefully, USCIS will delay the furlough until much needed funds come to USCIS. With having over 70% of its workforce on furlough, this would be a disaster to the immigration system. As it is, immigration cases are taking longer than ever. USCIS is very behind on the petitions that have already been filed. So nobody wants to see even more slowdowns to the immigration system. So hopefully we'll see some creative solutions for USCIS to get the funding that it needs. I hope you guys found this video very helpful. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. When you like this video, it really helps us because it helps let YouTube know to share our videos with a larger audience. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. And if you know anybody that could benefit from this information, feel free to share this video with them. We're all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can see this video, that can benefit from this video, the better. And lastly, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribing is the best way to stay in the loop with all the content that we're posting. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you on the next one.